Hello and welcome to cosine law. So today we are solving for a sine and for a side, and as you can see written out here, this is a formula for those who did not know. This is the formula for cosine law. If you are solving for a side, it gets a little different when you're solving for an angle, but we'll discuss that later. In a different video. So here is our question. Here we have a triangle, a right triangle. Wait, no, sorry, this is not a right triangle, sorry. This is just a basic triangle, but here's A, B, C, right? So the sides that are given are 12 and 15, and the only angle given is 83. And what we are trying to figure out here is this mystery number here. So a way we can solve that is by using our formula, which is C2 equals A2 plus B2 minus 2AB times the cos of C. By the way, these brackets are not necessary. They are just helpful for me to help break up the formula and whatnot. So let's add this formula, let's add this question to this formula. So a way to do that, we have to mark out, basically, if you were doing this in a test or a worksheet, this would not necessarily be required, but it's a good way just to show what your A and what your B is. So our 12 is our A, and our B is our 15, and our C, which is what we were trying to solve here, is our mystery number. So to write that out, you would have 12 to the power of 2 and 15 to the power of 2 minus 2 in brackets 12 and 15 times the cos of C, which, don't get it mixed up and write the mystery mark. I know that can be quite confusing because we wrote C here, but because this is cos, and cos is usually for an angle, we are going to write our 83 here, so don't get confused by the C there. The C would be referring to the angle, so we're gonna write here our 83 from our question. Okay, now our first step, our second step, this is our first step. Our second step would be to add these numbers or expand these numbers and write it out. So using your calculator, you would write 12 to the power of 2, and you see that it's 144. So we'd write 144 plus our second number, just 15 to the power of 2, which is 225. So we'd write 225 minus, and then we break this part up. We add this all together as one giant clump, basically. So we do 2. Yeah. So we do 2, and then we do our 12. Okay, and then we do our 15. These are both in separate brackets. So our answer is 360. So we do minus, because the minus there, minus 360, and then just for me, so I don't get confused, you don't have to do this, but I like to write times cos 83. Now for this third step, you can either never mind, sorry. Yeah, we will do this for the third step, okay? So now you need to add these two numbers here together, because this is what it says here. So you would write your 144 plus your 225. So your answer, if you can see here, is 369. So 369 minus, then you're gonna clump these two together. But first, you can solve it. You don't have to do this. You can just like just in your calculator write 360 cos 83, but for me I like to solve it out, so cos 83, we're only going to write the first 4 digits, so that would be 0.1218. There we go. So for this next section here, we had to do 360 times this number that we just got here. So 360 times 0.12 and then 18. So our answer is 43.848. 43.848. Also, if you do a cos of a number and you get a negative number, because the 2 negatives, so like a negative, like a minus a negative would equal it out, the 2 negatives, this would end up becoming plus. So say that let's just say for example, if this answer equals negative like 0.12 and then 18, then because this would equal itself, like cancel each other out, then it would, instead of it being 369 minus 43.848, it would be 369 plus 43.848. So now all we have to do for our 4th step is just solve it. So 369 minus 43.848. So that gives you an answer of 325.152. So let's just write that out. 152. Okay. So now that you have here, you would think that this is the answer, but it's not, because remember, if we go back to our formula here, you can see that it says C2, meaning that it's to the power of 2. So let's write that out here. This is our C2. So to get it to just C, we are going to square root it. So using your calculator, you would click this button first, or square root button, sorry, 325.152, and it should show up like that on the top there. So your answer is 18.03. So for our 5th one, we would just write the answer, which is 0.3, but because there is a 0 behind the point, you would just write 18 equals C. And then because our C here is the side that we are missing, that means that 18 is your answer. So that is how you solve cosine law for a side.